Previously on
IndieGoGo.
Hi everyone, this is Dan, and this is last week on IndieGoGo for the week of November, ending in November 29th. So we got another 5 campaigns to go over right here. A couple really small ones and 3, rather large ones. And we'll get this started. This is Nocturnal. This is Food for Vampires, being run by David Kemp out of Colorado Springs. Hasn't been doing so well. He's only got 5 days and 3 backers down. He's got to somehow make $3,000. So if you're thinking of helping out a campaign, this is definitely one to take a look at. It's actually got quite a bit of value if you take a look at it. So what is Nocturnal? Essentially, Nocturnal is a hero horror genre. And essentially, this main character, Gil, gets kidnapped and is about to get eaten by werewolves and other types of animals. And he's going to have to escape. So that's kind of the gist of it. The art is very reminiscent of 90s. It's got a very 90s vibe, and the creators themselves are heavily influenced by 90s art. So you got that going for it. What is very fascinating about this book is you can get it. It's 32-page, maybe one-shot or issue for $15. It comes with the digital version. And what's also really cool is you get this secrets of coloring tutorials. So it looks like the brother Dave Kemp, or maybe it's Dan Kemp, I'm not sure, but one of them is I think still a professional colorist, and he does a tutorial, and they'll give you this tutorial. They usually sell for $50. They'll give it to you in the $15 package. So that's actually pretty cool if you think about it. So if you're sort of looking for a horror hero genre comic book, and you're also looking for maybe a coloring tutorial if you want to be a colorist or learn how to color your own stuff, might be worth it to take a look at. For $15, that's a pretty good package right there. Unfortunately, they haven't been doing so well, but hopefully people check this out. I mean, the art's looking pretty decent for the most part. It is very scratchy 90s style. But overall, nothing too bad to complain about. Background here is a little weak, but check it out. This is Nocturnal, run by David Kemp. So next issue, or campaign, I should say, is Vestri number 2. This is being run by Incentive Comics out of Theodore. I don't know where Theodore is. They've got 4 days and $452 raised, with 56 days left. They only need $500 for their fixed goal, and they really only need a couple more backers, and they're going to make it. What's interesting about Vestri 2 is that you can get it in a package because it's the second issue campaign. A lot of times these second campaigns end up being much better values than the first campaign, which is unfortunate, but just kind of the way it is. So this is the one I would recommend. You get all the digital versions. So regardless of whether you're international or local, you're going to be able to read the book. You're going to get the physical Vestri 2, the Ashcan 2, and Vestri, the first issue. I think it goes 21 pages, 26 pages, and 10 pages. So 57 pages for 33 cents a pop per page at that $19 price point. Tons of story. Very interesting art. The only thing I would probably argue right here, and it might be because this thing is so zoomed in, I don't know why he did this. Like, he should have just found a better way to just, crop the image from the comic book source and then do something different here, because this feels so, I don't know, it feels very, very light. I don't know why. I feel like some of these lines should be heavier. Like, I feel like the inking is a little off here. That's kind of the only thing I would kind of complain looking at this art. Concept is pretty cool. It's essentially like a veteran hero. This hero, Damien, who's going out on one last monster hunt to find this rather weird pixie lady. This is a pinup by Sashi Pertigao. She does a lot of pinups for your boy Zach. A lot of times, but yeah, no, great value at $19 in this amount of story. That's a good value. So check out Vestri number 2. Next book should come as no surprise, because they just finished a live stream today, and he did extremely well, which is to be expected. This is Reignbow the Brute, being run by Ethan Van Sciver out of Marlton, New Jersey. So $177,000 in the first day. Probably going to be at like maybe 200K, coming up pretty soon here, seeing how his campaigns tend to move, especially as he goes around the clock going forward. So already 1,000 backers on this guy. And essentially Reignbow the Brute, and he's talked about it a lot on his channel doing this story, is a parody fantasy. And it's basically Ethan Van Sciver taking a lot of women's properties from like the late 80s, I guess. So Rainbow Bright, My Little Pony, the Care Bears, etc., and making them ultra high testosterone and kind of making them, quote unquote, more appealing to men. And it's Ethan's way of kind of striking back on a lot of modern Hollywood and creatives taking men's properties and making them very feminine and, for lack of a better word, soy to appeal to a female audience. And it's honestly kind of freaking cool. I can't get over how Rainbow's son looks like the Netflix She-Ra. I'm pretty certain, dude, Ethan had to have done this on purpose just to fuck with people. Because this literally looks like Netflix She-Ra. It's pretty great. Okay, so only negative about this entire campaign is a $25 entry price, which is expensive for 48 pages. But you might get some perks. So Ethan is known to understand that $25 is really expensive, and he tends to add a lot of add-ons and perks and other stuff to try to make it more appealing, especially since he hits these kind of values fairly easily, almost without even effort. Like, I wonder, how much has he made on Indie? Oh my God, that's a lot of money. Well, good shit, Ethan. Anyhow, that's Reignbow the Brute. Just open up today, check it out. This is next one here. This is War Party by Justin Murphy. So he's only got 3 days left. Already made his flexible goal. But be nice to keep increasing this. And essentially what War Party is it's a historical horror comic book. It's based in the colonial era America, with a lot of Native American themes and whatnot. Though I got to complain about one thing. This chick right here really doesn't look Native American. I guess, like, I feel like someone's looking at like Rob Liefeld's like Danny Moonstar. That's what I feel like when I look at this chick. Doesn't really look Native American to me. It looks more like Indian. Small bitch. I know. I can live with it. I looking at this, I'm just like, this doesn't actually look very Native American. But anyhow, it's a horror comic book based in the colonial times. Pretty interesting. The real cool part about this is for $25, you get issues 1 through 6, the complete set. That's 140 pages. Okay, so at $25, you're talking about 18 cents per page. Way better than mainstream prices. Getting basically into alternate comics prices for full colored, high quality print. Yes, this is a great deal, and $10 domestic, so it's about $35 total. But this is kind of, standard. And honestly, if you were getting 6 issues, I would absolutely want a Gemini mailer. And, hopefully they don't do the media mail bullshit and they do like priority mail or first class, whichever one, right? But yeah, no, this is a fantastic deal. Definitely check out War Party. Looks pretty cool. Odd Native American looking girl notwithstanding. Last book we're going to go over, this is Thomas Morya. So this is being run by Selena Hernandez out of Portland, but however, this book is actually created by Stefani Rene out of Brazil. So this is kind of an interesting setup. I think the idea here is, I think Stefani probably feels he's going to get far more customers in America than he is, or North America, etc., or somewhere close to North America, than he is where he's at in Brazil. Maybe that's true, maybe that's not. But with the price that he has here, $25 for 48 pages, that's probably true, because more than likely or not, it's going to be like Americans that are going to buy this, right? He's a great artist, a lot of professional background. He's working with a lot of CG people on this particular update, and cannot complain about the art. Art looks phenomenal. What is Thomas Morya, Wizard for Hire? Well, it's essentially Hipster Doctor Strange. And I say that, you know, with a positive mind, right? The design reminds me of a hipster, you know, in terms of especially that beard combination and the haircut. But overall, it's pretty cool. It's definitely got a lot. Like, I feel like lots of Doctor Strange is what I feel like when I look at this. This Akira image, by the way, this Akira tribute, I should say, bugs me a little bit. Because I feel like this car should be bigger than him, right? Like, I feel like this should be longer for some reason. I don't know why. I just feel that way. It's still a cool tribute, but yeah, for some reason, I feel like this car should be bigger. I don't know why. That's just me. But yeah, fantastic art. Again, this is a CG style campaign, so $25 for 48 pages. It is full color, but that is pretty pricey. You're talking about 52 cents per page. I don't think he has any perks going on right now. So I think that's the only thing that's kind of hurting him right now, is that $25 per issue thing really only works if you're, you know, you got a lot of perks that you're going to kind of, you know, update, right, to improve on this book. The only perk that I see right here is that he's going to add like the bestiary here at 15K if he can, which would be cool, but, you know, at the same time, that's not really story. So the main 48 pages is all that's in this thing. So that's the only thing that's really hurting Stefani Renee on this project. Otherwise, I think, like, honestly, the art alone, like, this book should be at like 25-50K. But, you know, it is what it is. You got 33 hours to pick this bad boy up. So if you are interested in this kind of genre, or you like this kind of art, consider picking it up, especially if in the United States. It's looking like he's going to fulfill out of the United States. Especially since I don't know why he's having Selena run the program, or run the campaign. But yeah, 33 hours, that's all you got. And then he closes up. I think he's been up for a while too. So yeah, check it out. Thomas Morya, Wizard for Hire. And that's the campaigns. Nocturnal by David Kemp, Vestri #2 by Incentive Comics, Rainbow the Brute by Ethan Van Sciver, War Party by Justin Murphy, and Thomas Morya, Wizard for Hire by Selena Hernandez, or run by Selena Hernandez, but created by Stefani Renee. Anyhow, that's the video, guys. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, hit the bell for notifications. You got any comments about this video, last week on IndieGoGo, leave it down below, and I will see you next time.